Hey guys, Smooth here. Jagex came out with something awesome today on the front page, and basically they're saying that they're buying everybody in RuneScape dinner because they want to make sure that you all get wined and dined before you get fucked. But in all seriousness, this was on the front page, mod MMG on RuneScape micropayments. Basically, people have been complaining so much about the Squeal of Fortune and Solomon store that they finally decided to address it on the front page, so I'm just going to read this out to you guys. Hi everyone, we've had a lot of feedback on two recent RuneScape updates in particular, Squeal of Fortune and Solomon's general store. I'd like to update you on how we plan to help fund the future development of the game you all know and love. How we're making sure that we do not undermine what makes it the adventure game that millions of us worldwide enjoy on a daily basis, and what we're doing to improve on what we've launched so far. Since RuneScape has been around for over 11 years, we naturally take extreme care when introducing significant changes into gameplay. Bullshit. This caution is a result of both the direct involvement that many of us at Jagex have had with the game throughout its history, and player feedback highlighting the concerns often associated with such change. Scroll down a little bit. In the case of the Squeal and Solomon store, this has been no different. We have thought out and carefully quantified the impact of these updates in the overall game bullshit, and have been looking anxiously at feedback from all community bullshit. Oh my, sorry guys, I got like the black lung today. One specific difference that does exist with these updates, however, is that micropayments are often associated with their potential to undermine the integrity of games, so that companies can profit in the short term. As a result, many players have questioned whether RuneScape is heading down this tragic route. I want to say categorically that we will not go down this road in reality, and quite in contrast to the speculation, the introduction of micropayments to RuneScape has a significant role in ensuring that we can continue to support, develop, and grow the game for many more years to come. Now, this I actually agree with. I'm not completely against microtransactions in games, but they've done a really poor job in implementing. I'm going to get to that in a second. I'm just going to read a little bit more. We place immense value in our and your game's integrity, feedback from our community, and continually improving the game experience for all, and we have a strong track record of making decisions in this area that we all know may be suboptimal. Understatement. Commercially speaking, well, but represent our values. For example, we know that directly selling gold, XP, or even accounts would generate between 10 to 15 times more revenue than Squeal or Solomon Store generates combined. However, we simply won't do it because we don't believe it's the right thing for the long-term health of the game. Now, honestly, with the Squeal, they basically do sell gold and XP. They just kind of make it in a different way where they include some cosmetic items, and you almost guaranteed to get several, experience rewards or gold. And for example, in myself, I have mid 80s Slayer, and I've gotten 2 Slayer levels strictly by using free Squeal of Fortune spins. I actually know somebody who bought spins and went from 87 to 99 Slayer strictly buying spins. So I mean, in essence, you really are selling experience. So this is kind of a false statement. They could sell it directly, but that would just detract so many people. It would almost make the game, half the community quit if they're not going to quit already. So let's continue. Equally, many of you will know our past initiatives against spotting and gold farming cost us millions of players, and certainly tens of millions of dollars. I believe we are one of the few game studios in the world that prize the integrity of the game and health of our community over commercial returns. No, that's not true at all. But that's also why we are the only game that has had multiple record-breaking awards for both longevity and global reach, and those are kind of bullshit too. Like the 200 million players, most, literally like 195 million of them being bots. Anyway, over the past 18 months, we have pluffed the majority of our revenue back into the game to guarantee its future over the decade to come. We have literally doubled the size of the RuneScape team, and we are making massive investments in technology and improved support. This week, you should notice a significant reduction in gold farmer spam. Over the course of the next few weeks, we will not only be launching our most comprehensive and formidable anti-bot update, but players will also see a significant upgrade to their account security to protect against phishing and hijacking. I hope this bot nuke is legitimate, because if you saw my past video, it's pretty obvious that at least 70 to 80% of the game right now is botters, and it's just getting absolutely out of hand. This is called Jagex Accounts Guardian, and we're introducing it within the next 2 weeks. Scroll down a little bit more. Our passion and dedication to the gaming community has never changed, nor will it. Not really true since Insight Venture Partners bought you guys, but anyway. Our determination to make RuneScape the world's #1 free browser game has not changed either, as some have claimed. The management team and I have the heavy responsibility of ensuring the future of this incredible and unique game. We really appreciate the support and trust you have put in us over the last 5 years. I personally have put none into them because they've just been a massive disappointment. But anyway, please know that although some of our decisions are not necessarily popular, they are 100% driven by the aim of building the strongest possible future for RuneScape. The management team defining the strategy and roadmap today are the exact same passionate gamers that have been at the helm for over half the product's existence, and we only want what is best for RuneScape in the long term. As I touched on before, the team, all of whom are committed gamers like you, are constantly working on new ways to improve the gameplay and to strengthen the studio so that more content can be created for the enjoyment and for the community. Now, basically over here, you can see that they showing some graphic updates, and they show a little bit of a before and after over here. Nothing really too interesting, but honestly, just by showing off, like they basically showed off how they got rewards that were basically faulty rewards. We all know that the legitimacy of them is almost non-existent, but questionable to say the least. And now they're kind of just bragging to us about the graphic updates that they have upcoming. Now, this kind of shows me how out of touch they are with the game, really. You know, we have a game that's continually looking better. Like, let's be honest, the graphics of the game are improving pretty good, pretty well, and we're seeing some nice things coming. Especially with the beta, the graphics are pretty impressive. As far as the actual character movement and the way weapon wielding is done, it's half decent. But the problem I have is that they keep making the game prettier without realizing that the game is completely falling apart due to other reasons like the economy or the fact that you have so much dead content. Some parts are almost unplayable. You added the Giants and Choppa game, which is a distraction and diversion. So you're supposed to do it twice a day, I believe. And the experience for it sucks. So basically, after a week, after people just tested it out and had their fun with it, it's dead content and it's never going to be used again. The experience doesn't compare to Jadinko's. I mean, with Jagex logic, they'd give the Bandos boss, like tits that are friggin' humongous, and they think that's pretty to us, so we're gonna all go over there and fight it. Honestly, PVM is almost done in the game because there's no incentive to do any of it. There's almost no way to make money anymore. That's why bots have overwhelmed the game so dramatically. And flowering clans, which still exist to this day, even though they could remove them in 2 seconds, they did that in literally a day or two when they realized that it was they were basically infecting the beta. So what it really comes down to is that they're not taking care of the game in the right way, and all this is honestly a bunch of it's a big PR move. Them telling us that this is not going to affect the game in the long run. We all know that this is going to only expand in the long run. Like the Squeal of Fortune became first it was just you got your daily spins, and then it became buyable, and then they started adding more and more to it, more incentives to buy it. And this whole sizzling summer thing basically has given us absolutely nothing to the game. We've had almost no good updates. We've gotten like 1 or 2 quests, and we got the Giants and Choppa update, and it's been nothing but Solomon Store and Squeal updates. Is this what you want as a member? Me personally, I can't stand it. As a high-level player, I'm not getting any high-level content. It's not so hard to just revamp the rewards you get from monsters. Like literally add 1 new item, add a ring that gives us a new effect. Add something different than the Amulet of Fury that gives us like a regen bracelet effect, just something random like this, and throw it onto a boss's drop table. That's all it takes, and that boss will become active again. That's all it takes to revive some of this content, and they really don't seem to get that. So I would just like to know your opinion on this. Do you guys think this is genuine at all, or do you guys kind of agree with me? Also, just for future updates, since I'm sure we can expect a lot more of this, I recommend you all go into your mom's purse, maybe your sister's purse, grab some makeup, some lipstick, because you probably want to look good next time you get fucked.